What's up, guys? Hey, how we doing? So, Levi Kitchen. Oh, man, he rode so good. Is Joe Shimoda accidentally extending his career out? Could this be on purpose? I don't know. I'm going to get into that. You can gamble on Supercross now. That's insane. I'm so stoked that this is actually happening. So I don't know if people are still getting unsubscribed. I haven't got any notes. If I don't see anything, I'll stop talking about it. But if you've been unsubscribed without doing it yourself, please comment. If not, after this video, I'm going to let it go and hopefully maybe it's fixed. But anyway, I appreciate it if you guys subscribe. I've also started the Mixed Martial Arts channel. If you guys could head over to that, it's Cooksy Media MMA. I got some videos up there. Getting pretty close to getting this thing monetized after 1 week. So thank you guys. I got some funny content, some different content. And if you like fights, head on over there. But let's get into the 250s at Seattle.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
So Levi Kitchen, in his first year with the pro circuit team, is looking like that was a brilliant decision. He's riding so smooth, so confident, and so fast. Do I think that the Kawasaki is better than the Yamaha? No. I think he needed to change the scenery. Levi Kitchen is a guy that he likes to be comfortable, and go figure, you go to pro circuit for comfort. That's never been anything ever. But when you're around Star, you're around Deegan and the circus that comes with Deegan. Deegan's awesome, but he also comes with cameras, fanfare, and a lot of social media. So I think Kitchen just wanted to get away from that. And being away from that has allowed him to flourish. It looks like he's going to win this Supercross title. But I don't know if that's a good thing career-wise, which is kind of crazy to say. But I'll get into that in a second. RJ Hampshire looked really frustrated. He looked like he couldn't believe that Levi was just riding away from him like that. But it just wasn't his night. But unlike years past, RJ stuck it out and got, second place. He rode really well, kept it somewhat on two wheels. I don't know. I feel like almost everybody crashed at some point except for Levi. But RJ got second place. No problem. Move on to St. Louis. RJ's really good at Triple Crowns, but so's Levi. This is a chance for him to get it back. But now it's like, volleying back and forth. RJ's got to come through at St. Louis and get some points back if he wants to get that first ever title. And for him, he's in the opposite situation of Levi Kitchen. If he wins this title, it'll extend his career, possibly get him a 450 contract, where if not, he's only got a couple more years to go after this 250 title, and that might be it for RJ. And the third guy who was deep into this fight totally threw it away. Jordon Smith did kind of what Jordon Smith and RJ have been doing throughout their 250 careers, being really fast, being right there in it, and he missed the rhythm section and just smashed. Now, I had some people hit me up saying, oh, he's concussed, he shouldn't have rode. While I'm all for that, and he may have been concussed. I'm not sure. I'm not sold that he wasn't, but when I watched it back, I saw his chest hit the bars, and yes, his head whipped, and you don't need to hit your head to get a concussion. It can be the whiplash, and I don't know, maybe it's so hard to tell. And how do you stop a guy in a title fight when he says, no, I didn't hit my head, which, like I'm the one that's always said, like, the last one you can trust is that person. But if we didn't get a good view of what happened, and it was just the wind knocked out of him, and you sit a guy down and cost him, for Jordon Smith, that could be $500,000, could be $1 million, could be a lot of money in the bonuses. If you sit him down and cost him that because you thought he had a concussion when he had the wind knocked out, that's a pretty big miss. So I don't know. Maybe we have a rule. Maybe we have a rule where if a guy lays on the track, almost like a KO rule, like if you lay on the track for more than 10 seconds, you're out. You don't get to re-enter the race. If you've laid there for 10 seconds, if the injury or the crash was hard enough to keep you on the ground for 10 seconds, you're out. If you can't get up to your feet by then and be restarting yourself after 10 seconds, done. They can pull you off. That would be the only way. I don't know another fair way to do it, but you have to come up with this ahead of the season. And yeah, I don't know. It's a tricky one. And then who's counting? It gets a bit convoluted. With that said, I wish the teams would watch this closer. And they're always watching their guy. And if they see their guy wobbling and going all over the place like Jordon Smith was, whether he had a head injury or some other sort of injury, At that point, he's a hazard to himself, he's a hazard to other people, and he probably needs to be off the track. Are you an amateur racer and you're just not sure how to navigate it? Because it is a weird landscape. Check out the Coach Rob podcast. Coach Rob and Derek Harris have dropped their second episode. They're going to do one a month about navigating amateur racing. Epic Garage Designs has the coolest stuff for your garage, your trailer, maybe toolboxes coming soon. But yeah, go to epicgaragedesigns.com. Travis has he has this weird mind where he just finds cool stuff. That's what Travis does. Joe Shimoda might be pulling the biggest scam we've ever seen in racing. Tank the first part of the season, come on towards the end, show potential, get a fat contract, and then repeat this cycle every year, and you'll keep getting new deals. No, that's not really what's happening. But if that were his plan, damn, good plan, buddy. You, every single year, I mean, he is going to keep a contract because he's so good at the end of the year. Everybody's like, well, if he's this good, of course I want him going into next year. But for some reason, he always struggles out of the gate. And this isn't just a new to Team Honda thing. He's done this on Pro Circuit. This is his pattern. Once, twice, 3 times. This is what he does. He comes on at the end of the season and does just enough to really make you think he's got that potential and he's going to be the next guy. And then he tanks it. He could stay in this 250 class for 10 years. I'll bet you Joey Savacci, Shane McElrath, Colt Nichols, and this host of other guys who have had their careers cut short by pointing out of that 250 class would have thought of this. They've changed the rules a little bit to where you have to be the champion to get bumped out, which is kind of sucks for both Savacci and McElrath, who don't have championships, who've still pointed out of that class. It's a career killer. It really does. It sucks. I think that's a lot of the reason we don't see more guys racing up into their 30s is it's the system. If you point out of that 250 class or championship out of that 250 class and you don't have a good ride, you won't get another good ride because they don't give them to 5th to 10th place 450 guys. They give them to prospects coming from the 250 championship range. I don't know how you fix this. Well, I do. You go ahead and just make both premier classes. You open them both wide open, and you have an East and a West futures. And make the futures the true futures and a developmental class. We don't need to give a ton of TV time. Whenever there's rain and the short schedule, they're the ones that get bumped. And then you have the 2 premier classes, 250 and 450, which matter a lot to the manufacturers. That's an easy way to fix it. That's what I would do. But it's tough to see these guys that are, like I said, Levi Kitchen might win this championship. And it might be the worst thing for his career. If he wins this title, he gets a year to defend it, and then he's on a 450. Do you think he's ready to beat Jet? I don't know that anyone's ready to beat Jet. I would think that he'd make more money staying in the 250 class, and just, I don't know. It's a tough one. But do you think Levi Kitchen's ready for that 450 mixer? I don't know. I mean, maybe. But it's a real sink or swim opportunity. It'd be nice for these guys to be able to go 450 and then, take their shot at the premier class. And if it's not there, you know what? Who wouldn't want to hire Colt Nichols right now to ride in the 250 class? If he was eligible, he'd have a ride tomorrow. And what even goes to that now is this Super Motocross Championship, which is awesome. That's open to everybody. But you can only score qualifying points outdoors. You can't score them indoors for that 250 class. So you'll have Joey Savacci racing 250 Super Motocross, 250 outdoors, but he's not eligible to race Supercross. It's kind of silly. Guys, head over to Ride Strapped. Get your goggles, your glasses, your t-shirts. Check out this website, ridestrapped.com. This is a company that has been a big supporter of me, and I really appreciate them. So, ridestrapped.com. Precision Transport. If you're shipping anything using a truck, use Precision Transport. This is a family-owned and operated business. They believe in customer service. And their rates are really good. When it comes to shipping companies these days, there's a lot of price gouging going on. Not with Precision Transport. Hit pretransport.com. So my home base is Las Vegas, and gambling is huge. And everybody talks about what gambling does to sports. Well, guess what? It helps sports. The NFL has figured it out. Hockey has figured it out. Everyone's so worried about betting on sports because it's going to bring in the degenerates. It's going to compromise everything, and people are going to bet money and throw races. And actually, it's 100% the opposite. Guess what the most pure sports are? The ones that most people can gamble on, because the gamblers watch those lines. They know when something funny happens. They catch cheaters more than anyone. Look how almost every single college basketball point shaving scandal, they get caught. They get caught because the lines do funny things, because guess what? Gamblers are greedy. So gambling on sports is a good thing. And I'm not talking about the degenerates that waste their lives on it. I'm talking about just for fun. It's fun to put, hey, I'm going to put 20 bucks on Jet tonight, but it only pays me 10. Well, if I take Cooper Webb, it gets me, I put 10 and then I can win 30. It's just a fun way to watch the races. It adds another level. Look at what it's done for professional football. How many people don't watch games that they don't have money on? I know I put a few bucks on every game that I watch, just not a lot, like 5, 10. It's more fun when you have action. We've been working so hard on Supercross as far as how to get people emotionally invested. Guess what? When they put their own money on a rider, they pay attention. BetOnline.ag, and they're going to be putting up odds for the rest of this year. And I think if we all can go on there and support them, and guess what? They don't sponsor my show. I'm doing this just because I think it's good for the sport to promote gambling on Supercross and Motocross. I know it sounds weird, but it's true. It really will help grow this sport, and it won't compromise it. I promise you. It hasn't compromised. I mean, yeah, there's scandals occasionally, but guess what? They police them so tight. These gambling companies know when something fishy goes on. Anyway, that's it for the 250 Seattle wrap up, guys. I appreciate everything. And if you have a second, please head over to my MMA channel, Cooksey Media MMA. I'll put a video link here right at the end. And just go ahead and subscribe. I need to get at least 1,000 subscribers and then a certain amount of watch hours to get that thing monetized. And I've really only started promoting it a week ago. You guys are killing it. We're almost there. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I will keep some good content going over there. In fact, I'm working on some big stuff over there. And it's crazy how as soon as I started talking about it and putting it out there, I've had people reaching out. So thanks, guys, and I'll catch you later.